Having created a SmartArt diagram, I may wish to format this diagram so it's much more visually appealing. The first thing I want to do is make it bigger. So clicking the frame around the outside of the SmartArt, I can see some little dots here, and when I place my mouse on it, I get a double-headed white arrow. And I'm going to drag this mouse pointer out to the right and stretch my diagram. And I'll do it out to the left, and I'll stretch the bottom. So my diagram is as large as it can be, making it easy for people to see. Now I want to change the colours. On the SmartArt Tools Design tab is a Change Colours button. If I click this button, there are palettes of different colours. Now these go with the theme that you originally chose. So this will vary depending on your theme. I'll go for this colour scheme here. Besides changing the colours, you can also change the SmartArt styles. For example, if I hit the SmartArt Styles More button, I've got all sorts of options, and as I roll over them, I can see the effect that these options would have. This particular option is called Cartoon, this one's particularly called Inset, and this one's called Polished. And over here we have Subtle. I'm going to go for Cartoon. Besides changing the colours and changing the style, I might change my mind about the layout I originally chose. If I click the More button on the Layouts group, I can change my organisation chart to any one of the 13 types of organisation charts. If I wanted more layouts, I could hit the More Layouts button and move completely away from the hierarchy chart that I have and choose a completely different type of diagram, but I'll go Cancel. The layout I'd like to choose is this one here. In addition to these design options, you can also format particular shapes. For example, I might decide to click on Makeup, and I might decide to change its shape fill colour to one of these colours in here. I might also decide to click on Stockings, hold the Control key, and click on Navigator and choose two shapes and change the style applied to those shapes. So you've got all sorts of formatting options that you could choose, and again experiment with the different options and just press undo if you're not happy with a particular option. Now the last thing I want to show you is how you actually animate a SmartArt diagram. I'm going to click on the frame surrounding the SmartArt diagram, and I'm going to go to the Animations tab in the ribbon. We've looked at animation, so let's look at, say, Fly In. So I'll click on Fly In, I'll go to the Effect options, and I'll decide to fly in from the left. I'll decide to increase the duration so it flies in slower, and I'll play it to have a look. Now why I wanted to bring you back to animation is because you're dealing with a SmartArt object, you have more effect options than just the direction of the animation. For example, I might want them to fly in all at once, or fly in one at a time. Or I might want each level to come in one at a time, or each level one by one. My point being, we've covered animation, but just wanted you to see that under effect options you have different options when it comes to SmartArt. So I'm going to bring them in a level at a time. And in fact, if you haven't already, make sure that you've applied animation to all the slides currently in your presentation.